This is my dad diary for December 2nd, 2024. I know right now we're all busy working on our shopping list of what we want to buy for others, and that's great. It's good to give to others. But I'm going to tell you what's much more important than giving. I'm going to tell you what's much more valuable to a person than just receiving a gift. Now, it's great to give gifts. It's great to receive something we wanted, but there's so much more. So listen up. Now, first, I'm going to share some stories and let you know how that changed me. Now, I recall when I was a small child many years ago, we used to receive something in the mail that you don't see anymore these days. So this is one of those jokes about, you're old when, when you can remember receiving the Sears Christmas catalog in the mail and then hiding somewhere and going through the catalog and marking off pages and circling items and wishing you would get those for Christmas. Well, if you have that memory, you're old. Well, in my family, I do recall receiving that book, and I know we did wish for things, but there was not a real expectation to receive because we understood money was not a big thing with us. However, we were blessed to have friends, blessed to have people in our church group who supported us. So I'm very thankful we did have friends who supported us, and Christmas was good to us. That definitely changed my perspective on life. As I was a parent with small kids, I was so eager to buy them gifts, to make sure they had stuff given to them. Things that I'm sure they wanted and they played with, that I hope they appreciated. But it was so important to me to make sure my kids had Christmas gifts piled up under the tree. Now, I recognize I was wanting to express my love to them through gifts, and that was part of my style. That's all good, but there's more. I remember as a kid, through the month of December, my mother would be very busy baking, and she'd bake different desserts and treats, and some of those were for us to sample. I couldn't eat them all, but I definitely sampled a whole lot. But a lot of those were being held special for an event. Now, this was a big event in our family each year. My mother would invite friends over for a Christmas party, and it was a big event. There'd be all the desserts spread out, snacks, and just one time per year, special Christmas decorations and treats. And our family was blessed to have a friend who was a professional entertainer. So the party was a great event. He'd be there telling jokes and singing songs, and we'd all sing along with him and have a great laugh. Good times. Now, I enjoy that. Unfortunately, in my situation now, I don't have a friend who comes over and tells jokes and sings, but I very much enjoy going out and being at Christmas parties and sharing in all the fun and laughter and jokes and singing songs. It's all fun times. So if you have the opportunity to do that, great. If you're nearby, invite me over. I'd love to join in. Now, there's something else about my childhood memories with my mother that's very special and significant in shaping who I became future in my life. I recall, especially in the month of December, we'd be involved with our church and volunteering to do the acts of service with the church group. In the church, they called it League of Mercy, being kind to others. And they would do a lot of visiting people in seniors' homes or in the hospital. And I recall there would be a task involved in that. We'd go to the hospital and hand out candy bags and briefly chat with some people. But I do recall my mother being especially caring and kind to people. And she would stop and talk to someone and move down to their level. If they're in a wheelchair, she'd bend down to their level, and she'd pick up their hand and hold their hand and put her other hand on top of it and just listen to them for a few moments and smile and wish them a Merry Christmas and give them some time and some touch with a holding hand and maybe a hug if appropriate. My mother was excellent at expressing her love to others in those practical ways. And again, that definitely shaped who I became in the future. And obviously in career choice, I do enjoy being with people and expressing care and kindness to others. So my Christmas memories as a child from my mother really shaped who I became. And I thank her for that. Now, I've shared a few things just now as direct examples of another lesson I want to pass on to you and encourage you to pick up for yourself. So, you may have caught a few key words I shared earlier if you know this book, but there's a book by Gary Chapman titled 5 Love Languages. If you do not have this on your current gift list, I encourage you to put it on your shopping list and give it to those you love. And if you haven't read it for yourself, well, you should pass on the tip, put it on your wish list, and hope someone buys it for you too. Now, in the book, there's a few simple lessons which I've already given you examples of as I shared. However, let me just highlight it for you directly and encourage you to live it for yourself. The book does talk about the love languages. And of course, you can apply this in every different relationship that you have. Now, Christmas time, obviously, Christmas is the season of giving publicly, but very directly, I want to say it's a season where we reconnect with people we have relationships with and express our love to them, which can be done in many different ways. As we read through the book, we come to understand that each person may have a personal strength or personal comfort zone in a certain expression of love. You might just enjoy giving gifts much more than others. That's fine. That's your strength. And maybe you interpret love or feel that you have received love in a certain way when someone says something to you or does an act of kindness to you. And so when you read the book, you'll come to understand we all are different. We all have different ways we want to receive love, and we have different ways that we are more comfortable putting out and expressing our love. So, great book. Again, ask you to challenge yourself. Go get it, read it, think it out for yourself. But at Christmas time is the easiest time to take initiative, to take that step out, to make a connection with someone you have not connected with before. And I want to challenge you, whether it's just a neighbor on the street, whether it's your friends who you've not spoken to in a while, whether it's family who you've lost a connection with, I want to encourage you to think of these different ways of expressing our love through gift giving and renew your connection with others. And it can be simple through sending a gift. That's the Christmas way that is promoted now. However, through my stories I shared, I want to remind you, we express our love in giving gifts, in words of affirmation, in acts of service, in physical touch appropriately, and of course, giving gifts. And whether it's a personal visit or a party time, intentionally giving someone some quality time to pause and listen is a real quality gift. So I encourage you, be aware of the real value of giving in simple ways. And I want to encourage you that as you write out your Christmas giving list, do not just stop at who you're going to buy a gift for, but make a long list of all the people you're connected with, all the people you've had a relationship with that maybe you've lost the relationship, and think of ways that you can give love to them through all the different expressions, words of encouragement, giving your time, giving an act of kindness, whatever you can do to use Christmas as the easy initiative, the easy invitation to go out and express your love for others. So I hope you enjoy giving. And if you haven't thought of it, then just go do it. I want you to enjoy the whole Christmas month. I want you to enjoy giving in different ways each and every day. I hope you do have a good shopping list that you can give something to others, that they will have something in hand to remember you by, but know that's much more valuable. It's much more important to give someone a good memory of the emotion of love that you can share through just being encouraging, being kind, giving your time. I love you guys. I hope you receive this well. I hope you appreciate the time in this video. And I hope that you multiply the value of this message to everybody on your Christmas giving and wish list.